Hello, in this tutorial video, we're going to learn how to list items in HTML. There are three ways of listing items in HTML, and I'm going to show you the three ways, okay? So the first one is ordered list. Something like listing the days of the week, okay? They're in order, they're in a sequence, so that is order list, okay? And we have unordered list. This is listing items that are not in any order, okay? So maybe listing colors, listing items in your room. These are unordered list, okay? So we have ordered list and we have unordered list. There's yet another way of listing items, and that is description list, okay? So let's go to our code editor and then see how we would be able to implement our code and then list our items. Here I have my bare bones structure of my HTML document, and I've created an HTML document called list.html. okay, this is the document opened. Now we need to go inside our opening and our closing of our body tag, and inside here we need to enter some code in order to list our items, okay? So before we begin, we need to write or declare our heading. To do so, you put less than and then h3, close it, and then we need to enter some text here. So days of the week, okay? Good. Let's go to our browser and then we reload this page. You can see days of the week. Now let's go back to our code editor. Now beneath this heading, which is heading 3, we need to list our items, okay? So first of all, look at the ordered list. So less than OL, which is ordered list, okay? After that, we close it and then we leave some space just like this, because we are going to be entering our code inside the opening of the ordered list tag, okay, which is OL, and the closing of it, okay? This is where we're going to be entering our list item. This is where we're going to be listing our items. So inside it, we're going to list our items. There's yet another tag called li, which is list item, okay? So li will help us list our items. So we're going to list the days in the week, okay? So the first one happens to be Sunday, okay? So put Sunday like this, and then we come down and then we put li again, that's list item, and then we close it. This time we're going to put Monday, okay? So Monday, we come down again and then we put list item, close it, put Tuesday, list item. So we are technically listing our items, okay? Wednesday, list item, Thursday, like this, and finally our last list item is Friday. So list item, we close it and we put Friday there. So we put Friday. The best way to learn code is to practice, okay? So go ahead and practice with me. So we are done listing our items. Let's go ahead and check the outcome. And as you can see, we have an order 1 to 6. This is because we use a tag called ordered list. So these items are in order. That's why we use the OL, ordered list. There is another hack I want to reveal to you. So we all know if you were to list your items, one can decide to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which are numbers, okay, to list your items. One can also decide to use I, which are Roman numerals, okay. One can also use alphabets, A, B, C, D. So let's go ahead and see how we can do that. We'll change our list to something like letters. A, B, C, D, E, F. So let's go back to our code. And inside our code, the opening tag of ordered list, type this attribute, type, okay, equal to quotation. After that, go ahead and put A, okay, put A there. Now let's go back to our web browser and then reload this page, and as you can see, the numbering, the method of numbering has changed, okay, from numbers to alphabets, okay. All right, let's go ahead and see another hack. So go into our code editor, and then instead of using the uppercase, we can decide to use smaller letter, okay, that's lowercase. And we go back there and reload this page, and it has changed from uppercase numbering to lowercase, small a, small b, all the way toward small f. All right, let's get another hack. Let's go there. Let's remove the small a and put Roman numerals, which is I, okay, so put I there. But first, let's change it to capital I, which are uppercase letters. We go back to our code, our development browser, and then we reload this page. And as you can see, everything has changed from the lowercase letters to Roman numerals. All right, let's change it from all caps to small. So we put small I, and then when we go back there and reload this page, you can see small I in that way. So that is ordered list. This particular property can only be applied to the OL, which is the ordered list tag in HTML, okay. Hello, in this part of the video, we're going to talk about the other piece to it, which is an ordered list, which is UL. It's a special HTML tag we use to list items, but these items are not in any order. Something like listing items in your room, they are not in any order. So let's go to our code editor and see how we're going to implement this. All right, so we'll go outside the closing tag of our ordered list, and then we enter a heading for the items we're going to list. So we put H3, and then inside this H3 we put colors or basic colors, okay. So basic colors like this. Now let's come down, and this time we're going to use a tag called UL, which is an ordered list. So less than UL, and then we close it. Now let's open it this way, and inside the opening and closing of UL, we're going to list our items just like what we did previously, okay. Let's go ahead and list our items by using a tag called li, which is list item. and we're going to list our colors. The first color will be black. List item. The second color will be blue, like this, and these colors are not in any order. Okay, we are listing random colors. List item. Green. List item. White. Okay, so like this. Perfect. Now let's go to our browser and then check our work progress. So I will simply reload this page, and as you can see, we have our heading, which is heading 3, H3, and here we have our items, and these items are listed using the unordered list tag in HTML, just like what we did inside our code editor. Okay, very simple. Now let's talk about the final way of listing items, which is using the description list. Let's go to our code editor, and then we need to go outside our closing tag of our unordered list, and then we enter our heading, so H3. Now we need to put or enter our text here. Okay, so we say this is another list method. Okay, so this is another listing method in HTML. We go down, and then there's a special tag called description list. So less than and DL, which is description list, and then we close it. Now inside the opening and closing, there's another tag we need to declare, which is description term, like this. Now with this description term, we're going to define what we're going to be listing, which is, let's put book there. Okay, so we're going to talk about this book. After that, we come down, and then we put description detail. Okay, so that's DD. Okay, so less than description detail, and then we close it. Now we need to talk about this book. Okay, so let's say this book has 200 pages, like this. Let's go to our browser and then reload our page. You can see this is our description term, and this is our description data. Okay, let's go to our code editor, and I'll show you something. Now let's come down and put DD again, that's description details, and then we're going to talk about this book again, which is something like this. So this book is blue in color, like this. And finally, description data. This book is amazing, like this. Good. So let's go to our development browser and reload this page. You can see this is our description term, and These are the what? The children. That's the description details. That's the DD. Okay. Let's continue by talking about something else. So inside here, we need to define another term. So we first talked about a book. This time we're going to talk about something else, something like a car. Okay, so we put our description term there, so which is DT, and then we close it, and we put car like there. Now we're going to talk about this car, just like we did for the book. So we put DD, which is description details, like this, and then we say this car has 2 headlights. Okay, headlights like this. I hope now you get the deal, the clue. So DD again, and then another one is this car has 4 tires, like this, 4 tires. Okay, so let's go back to our code editor, reload this page, and you can see car. This car has 2 headlights, and this car has 4 tires. So this is another way to list items using HTML. This brings us to the end of this episode of HTML, of my HTML series. Hoping to see you in my next lecture, where I'll be talking about HTML forms. See you there.